Before we start today's video, check out our merch shop, linked in the description down below. Use code AHSOKA in all caps to get $7 off your order. May the force be with you, and enjoy the vid.
Hello there.
This is where the fun begins.
What's up guys, Unofficial Star Wars here. Hope you're all doing well, and in this video we have a new reveal into the regards of Sabine in the Ahsoka show from Natasha Liu Bordizzo herself. We're gonna go ahead and hop right on into it. Before we do though, however, go ahead and grab that subscribe button if you haven't already. We're discussing and covering all types of Star Wars related news, leaks, rumors, theories, and breakdowns here on the channel, and everything in between. So if you guys are into any of that, go ahead and grab that subscribe button today. Recently, many fans had noticed that Natasha Liu Bordizzo Sabine Wren has sometimes disrespectful towards Rosario Dawson's Ahsoka in the Disney Plus's Ahsoka show, of course. And now there's a bit of an explanation too as of why. I feel that the why explanation though, however, is kind of an obvious one, but let's hear her out and see what she has to say here. Ahsoka has one of Star Wars' most ambitious Disney Plus projects, as it has served as a sequel almost to Star Wars Rebels, and introduced characters like Sabine Wren and Harrison Dula into live action for the first time. Not to mention that it also brought back the Chosen One, Hayden Christensen. One of the project's main plot lines was this relationship of Padawan and Master between Sabine and Ahsoka, which was quite different and unique than of the last time that fans saw them together at the end of Star Wars Rebels. All of a sudden, there's a time gap, and apparently the two had trained, working with the Force, working with lightsaber combat, training as Padawan and Master. And so, in a recent interview with the official Star Wars website, Sabine Wren actress Natasha Liu Bordizzo had revealed as to why her character was disrespectful to Ahsoka at multiple points throughout the show. And while they do kind of give us a little bit of tidbits here and there throughout the show itself for Ahsoka kind of, like quote-unquote ruining Sabine's, life and ruining her, like ever wanting to train as a Jedi, essentially, Sabine takes that and blames it on Ahsoka. I feel that is kind of where some of that disrespect does come from. Bordizzo began by admitting that it was honestly hard to be disrespectful towards Rosario Dawson as she played Ahsoka, but she had to remember just how much pain and heaviness the characters went through in their relationship, with Ahsoka seemingly just about abandoning Sabine. And so, Natasha Bordizzo says that, in quote, being disrespectful to her in the scenes is so hard. It was challenging to remember that they have to come from a period of a lot of pain and heaviness that was to be worked out, and that their master-apprentice relationship is being tested. I mean, that quote right there, that's exactly what it is, of rekindling that relationship that we do see by the end of the show itself, of having Ahsoka wanting to take Sabine back on, and having her back on as a Padawan, wanting to train her with the Force, wanting to train her with more of that lightsaber combat. And so, the actress ultimately had revealed that her character's disrespectfulness was all part of that journey, and that even though it was difficult at times, the overall character arcs that they go through is quite beautiful. She says that in another quote, "I just respected Rosario so much, and there's times of where Sabine can be a little disrespectful in the script, but I think it's all part of that journey. It's beautiful to watch that arc happen over the show, and where they do end up." I mean, that quote right there. And I do believe it to be a more minor arc that we do see throughout the show itself, but yet it does imply a lot of that heavy character development that we do see throughout the show for another, and something that I do think that we will see play out heavily within the future of the Mandoverse. Some actors also recently cast in live-action Star Wars projects had revealed that they didn't even watch the animated shows that their characters were first in. However, Bordizzo had elected to do the opposite of that, revealing that she did sit down and watch just about every Star Wars project ever made, for one, after she was cast as Sabine, especially Star Wars Rebels. She says that, in quote, "I prepared for the role by watching just about every Star Wars project ever made, chronologically, by story." I mean, that quote right there. The Sabine Wren actress then talked about how she tried to incorporate bits and pieces of the original Tiana Seclair's animated Sabine from animated Star Wars Rebels into her own version of Sabine that we are now seeing in a different time period for one, in a different medium for another, and during, these kind of events of the Ahsoka show. Having Sabine also into her own, while also understanding that the character is different at this point than she was in the Rebels animated show, is a very big thing that we need to realize. And I think that's something that doesn't just translate here with Sabine, but also, if I may, with Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney Plus, and with how we view the Grand Inquisitor, as the Grand Inquisitor was younger during that time period. Anyway, that's a discussion for another time. Sabine Wren actress Natasha Bordizo says that, in quote, "But then, of course, time has passed, and she's been through a lot. I wanted them to be streamlined, but still separate in a way, and I wanted to just bring the truth of whatever the live-action project brought on the day, every day, on set." Ending that quote right there, this is something that we have already discussed here on the channel previously before, but essentially saying that she wanted to bring her own twist to the character at the same time as well, while incorporating of the idea and of the facts of that, well, time has passed and that we're in a different position now. Natasha Bordizo ultimately said that Sabine's journey has changed so much since the Rebels animated show, but that she eventually found her true self once again throughout the Ahsoka show as well. She says that, in quote, "Her journey has changed since Rebels in Ahsoka, of where she had to work her way back to being that free-spirited kind of kid that we all loved in the animated show." Ending that quote right there. Once again, essentially just pointing back to the idea of the overall character arc that we see with not only Sabine but also Ahsoka herself throughout the Ahsoka show. And so, this year all being said, let's ask the big question that everybody is wondering. What role will Sabine play in the future, whether it's in Ahsoka Season 2 or part of the Thrawn movie? Sabine is one of the focal characters of Ahsoka, almost as a main character if it wasn't having Ahsoka there, particularly because her and Ahsoka's stories are now really tied together, and so tightly I think even at that. The end of the show had featured the pair together, stranded in another galaxy, on Peridia, teasing that they still have a lot of adventures left to go on together. Rumors recently had suggested that Disney and Lucasfilm could consider renewing Ahsoka for Season 2, officially greenlighting it, but that hasn't officially been confirmed. One thing that we do know though, however, is that Rosario Dawson had just randomly revealed that, oh yeah, Dave Filoni is outlining and working on script writing for Ahsoka Season 2. So it definitely does seem to be a project that they do have in mind, something that they all want to do as well. And especially with having Dave Filoni stepping into a new chief creative officer position over at Lucasfilm, the chances of that became 10 times as likely. And so, if and when that does happen, fans can expect to see a bit of a different Sabine than in Season 1 initially as well. After going through hardship after hardship throughout the Ahsoka show, Sabine has finally found herself at the end of Season 1, completing one chapter of her ultimate character arc. However, the next time that she does show up, when and where and how exactly, is something that's still up in the air. Fans may see her take the next few steps into beginning a new character arc, since she also has the Force as her ally. An all-new version of Sabine may be present, and that we'll finally see her begin more of her Jedi training once again. And so, this year all being said, guys, I would love to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Of course, this has been an official Star Wars. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great one. May the Force be with you as always. Peace out.